Hey guys, it's New Hell again, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, I want to showcase Bullit's best troop combination again. That's the combination with 3 three meds, 1 tank, and 4 grenadiers. And Bullit, of course, with the energy drink. Let's go ahead and load that up right now. We're going to be clearing some player bases on my map, typical Saturday afternoon clear. I am boosted right now. I was messing around on Dr. T, trying out some other stuff, some future content. It was heavy Zuka stuff, but honestly, I don't want to show you guys heavy Zuka. At least not right now. If you want to see that, there's lots of other channels you can go see heavy Zuka being played on. So I want to bring you content that you don't normally see, and I want to really delve into this troop combo. You know, in some of my past videos, I've talked about some key aspects of how these things work. In particular, I've talked about Grens. As you see, my primary loadout is the Grens, so we know they do a tremendous amount of DPS for us. And however, they're very erratic. They throw everywhere. They like to throw over their targets. So what that actually means is, like if I had a bunch of Grens in front of this machine cannon here, it's far more likely that the flamethrower actually dies before the machine gun. So that's important to keep in mind when you're using this layout. Another aspect of Grens, you guys are probably already aware of this, but their accuracy increases the closer they are to their target. So as long as there's not other stuff around that can kill your Grens, sometimes it makes sense just to flare up very close to your target, especially when you're trying to burn down a core near the end. If there's no other defenses that are really going to eat your Grens up, they probably are all cleared away at this point. It's really a smart idea, if you need to flare very close to the HQ. Now, there's also a chance that some of your Grens will die when you do that because of the splash damage from the others, but usually it's worth the risk. The only trade-off to that is the time that it actually takes for them to move. They're not doing DPS, so if there's not a lot of time left, you're probably just out of luck anyway. But because it's going to take them time to move, you might not benefit from the increased DPS of their closer proximity due to the time that it took just for them to get there. These things are, I don't know if there's an exact science to it. It's more of a feel, but you just got to work it out. Well, we've talked about the healers, the interaction of the energy drink, and how it affects the healer's pathing. Because if you remember, the healers, they appear to be healing the people that have the lowest % health. So usually in this configuration, we've got Bullit that tends to have low health, so we've got a lot of the healers focused on him. And as soon as you hit that energy drink, though, the dynamics change, right? The dynamics change, and maybe they're going to go run across the map to a tank and, get annihilated in the way. So always keep that kind of stuff in mind when you're about to use the energy drink. Try to anticipate how that's going to make the healers react, and if they need smoke or cover or protection, or maybe you just need to do a reflare because of the way the healers would run across the map. It's things like this you always need to keep in mind as you're going forward. Now, anyway, let's take a look at this base. This is MB102, and Shock Blaster 3. We've seen so many of these this week, guys, with the Tribe boosts. That's okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to come in on the left side. We're going to keep the Shock Launcher and Shock Blaster shocked. We will use our GBE to annihilate this weak Shock Blaster and his little Shock Launcher pal over here. We do not like shocks. Shocks we do not like because they inhibit mobility. This layout thrives on mobility, fluid motion, and especially having Bullit in front. When you can't get Bullit in front, guys, bad things start to happen. That's why the tanks are there, because they're a secondary line of defense, and again, they provide that nice single target DPS. It's not Zuka style DPS, but it's there. Because we've got all the splash going around with the Grenadiers, it's nice to have those tanks just beating down directly on the target. So they're important. They're very important. The tanks, I do not like to lose them. I like to finish every match with 3 tanks, in a perfect world. Healers, totally expendable. Totally expendable. Again, it depends on how much damage you're going to anticipate to take, and you have to be aware of that if you've lost a lot of healers, that you need to reduce the amount of damage that you are taking, but they are the expendable ones in this layout. It's kind of just, goes with the territory, because like I said, they're running all over the place, healing the Bullit and the tanks usually. So, there's nothing too scary. I think we're just going to, just drop everybody in the corner and just run with it. Of course, starting with Bullit. I'm going to start shocking once Bullit gets down to about 50% health. Bullit is not Bullit, like I've mentioned before, until he's low on health, guys. Bullit does more DPS the lower he is in health. So we want to get them lower. We don't want to kill them, but we want to piss them off. So that's always our plan. And you know, you can't even really think about using the energy drink until he's at least at 50% health, because he will get a 50% regen. Now the shock blaster's out of ammo. Now I'm going to shock it now that it's reloaded, and now I'm also going to do an energy drink to get him up there. Keeping an eye on this cannon that might retarget on a tank. It has. We're just going to get it with an artillery and one more artillery. Going to reshock the shock blaster over here. Things are going good. The sniper tower needs some critters in front of him because he's looking at that grenadier a little too closely. Yep. Okay, that's okay. It's okay, guys. Not a problem. Just trying to keep an eye on the map, what's going on. Bullet's cool. We're going to drop another artillery on the cannon. We're going to reflare. We're going to use an energy drink. Smoke. Why not? Throw out some critters. Critter Fiesta. Now, Bullet needs to just get redirected right to the core. I don't really want him up there. He can hold all the fire of those things. That's great, but here we go. Is this boom cannon going to redirect on my tank? If it is, it will spend the end of the boom cannon. No, everything's good. Healers are running around, you see, they're like, oh crap, Bullet's running low on health, so he is running awfully low, which is good. We're gonna have him take a sip of the drink. Oh, the boom cannon's taking a look at the healers now. That's okay, guys, healers are expendable. Actually, his health is kind of maintaining, probably because Grens are taking out. It is getting low. Let's go ahead and take that drink right now. Try to burn through the shield. Think the shield's gonna go down? Yes, it is. Shield is down. We have lost a few Grens in this, but you know, it's their fault. It's their fault. What can I tell you? It's just a matter of time, guys. Bullet is nice and low. We'll just go ahead and dump the artillery in there. Yeah, I was too late on the artillery. You know, I like to hold the GBE because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this was kind of obvious. We're sitting there and burning, but, you know, I like to have something in reserve. I don't like to be stuck in one spot, you know, because maybe something bad happens and you can't move because you don't even have enough GBE for a flare. It's never good to burn it. Like, if you've got a little extra, that's fine. Just burn it off at the end when you know it's over. So, yeah, that went down pretty uneventfully. I mean, it's pretty smooth. What were the losses on that? Goodness, it was... Yeah, three Grens, five meds. It's perfectly fine. Okay, who's next? Viet Minh. What do you have in store for us, my friend? How are you going to attempt to stop me from doing what I always do, which is take over these islands? You, sir, will not stop me. You will not stop me. Your Shock Blaster 3 has a lot of health, but we've seen these all week, man. You're not showing us anything we don't know how to take care of. You put the shock launcher in front, great. That's just more GBE I can save. And I don't even hardly have to worry about that. We could just stay all on the right side of the map, but I don't like to do that because of the way troops fan. They might start trying to fan over to the left, and if I don't take care of the shock launcher, he's going to be a problem. So, the GBE usage is simple. We're going to be barding down shock launcher and shock blaster 3. This guy in the front will receive the wrath of our initial drop. We will be dropping on the right side of the beach with a bullet left, tank right drop. Let's get into it. Let's get it on. All right. We're going to go 2 barrages on the big fat Shock Blaster 3, 1 on his little Shock Blaster cousin. We'll go ahead and drop the artillery over there. We're going to need 1 more artillery on that shock launcher. Shock Blaster 3, he's going to need, let's go 2 artilleries. I'm sure it's probably 3, though. Yeah. Gosh, is it even 4? Nope. Okay, we got it in 3. We got 73 GBE to get this party started. Let's get it started. Okay. Bullet left, tank right. 2 Grens left, 2 Grens right. This is my dynamic loadout. By putting the Grens on the outside as well, it's sort of a vain attempt at funneling. If I can kind of keep all the damage to the sides of Bullet, he tends to walk more straight. But this is something I'm still kind of working on. But because you know the Grens, they're just not that accurate. But man, they're great. The splash damage is real. Oh, it was that rocket launcher kind of tearing up my healers a little bit. Bullet's health is right where we like it, guys. He's not under any direct threat, but he's nice and low, so we got more DPS coming out of him. Now, I know this boom cannon on the right is going to be a problem for my tank, so I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, too late. Oh, I just missed it, but it's dead. Boom cannon down. We need some critters on the right. because these Grens are getting a little too ambitious with that sniper tower. Ambitious, intoxicated. Who knows why they do the things they do, but they do it. We love them for it. You just got to know how to control it. All right, let's go ahead and reflare. Get this over with. Start the burn. Throw out the critters. Not even necessary here, but just to maybe save a medic or something. I don't think anything's really in range. Yeah, guys. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about this this troop combo. Honestly, I have not found a single base this can't take down. Now, the only other type of defense that really worries me with this guy is, of course, the grapplers. Grapplers can be they can just destroy your whole strategy, because the whole strategy revolves around Bullit. He is the star of the show, and if he gets grappled off around the base, and then the healers come to run after him, and your Grens are just left with the tanks in front of them, but no healers, and as the healers run all the way across the base to go try to heal Bullit because he's just been grappled, they get completely annihilated. Bullit falls shortly thereafter, and then the whole thing falls apart. So we hate grapplers. So kind of like the worst base that I think we could run into here would be something that has like 2 Shock Blaster 3s and a Grappler 3, or 2 Grappler 3s and a Shock Blaster 3, or something like that. That would just be really hard. It would be hard to know how to spend my GBE in a way that would make the attack successful. But if we run into one of those, I bring the challenge. But I'm just saying that would be kind of like my my nightmare style base with this layout. You guys realize that boosted ice doesn't do much to Bullit. You realize that because of the damage cap. Now, it will do things like the smaller DPS items like machine guns and flamethrowers with a really high boosted DPS. He will feel that extra hurt from them because each one of their shots is small. So as that damage is increased, he's able to receive all the damage because what's he limited at? I don't remember. It's his pain tolerance has a damage limit of 13 per hit. That means no matter what, guys, he can't take more than 1,300 damage in a hit. At a certain point, I think you kind of see, though, he is the real antithesis to these ice bases. The only problem, of course, is the ice health. If you've got a lot of health on a base, well, you need a lot of DPS to get through that. This layout has a medium amount of DPS. This is why we like to really keep Bullit low, because we know that we kind of lack good, strong DPS with this, so by keeping his health low, it helps to compensate for that. And it's fun, too, to be honest. It makes it more suspenseful. Okay, who do we got here? We got Frankus C111, I guess. I don't know. Does it really matter? I don't think so. Look at this, guys. Shock Blaster 3. Okay. All these boom cannons in the front. This is great. We'll just take care of them early on. This whole front area is just like, hey, have some free GBE on me. We'll probably have to do one boost because while we're going through the front part, because these machine guns might cause some issues. I don't know. I just have a feeling he might take some damage. We've got these rocket launchers boosted that'll also be within his range. The important thing, though, is to think about what needs to die. Okay, of course, the Shock Blaster 3 needs to die. There's no doubt about it. I think I just want to Bart down the Shock Blaster 3 and the Shock Launcher on the right. It's going to still be a long way till we get to this Shock Launcher. I am probably still going to launch the troops on the right. And as we're fanning out whatever, I'm probably going to do a reflare to go after this Shock Launcher, and then we'll probably be taking the base from the left side. I say this now, but it might go differently, but that's how I see it playing out in my head. Yeah, okay, so I think that's enough strategizing. What's the base health on this guy? It's not too bad, not too bad. Okay, it's going to be a Bullit left, tank right. We want to make sure Bullit gets the attention of this boom cannon, and we want to make sure that our tanks aren't annihilated by this cannon and potentially this boom cannon as we go forward. So we want to keep that in mind on the launch and pay attention as this unfolds. So guys, without further ado, let's kill this dude. Okay, we know it's at least 2 of these, probably 3 arts. This guy is going to need at least 1 art and 1 barrage. Probably going to need another art. We'll go ahead and clip the sniper tower on this one. Guys, always try to get multiple targets with your GBE. It's just more value. Okay. Going to launch now. I'm just tracing back a line with my finger from the spot between the gold storage and the machine gun right down to the bottom of the beach, because that's where I want to drop a Bullit. And here we go. Keeping an eye on everything. See, I put him there because he's going to get the attention of all 3 of those things that I don't want hitting my tanks. the two boom cannons, and the cannon. That's exactly why I dropped them there. I'm gonna throw some. No, I don't know. I was gonna throw critters on the right, but then that boom mine got taken out by the Grens. Grens are awesome for taking out mines, guys. I think you know that. Should go without saying, but they just annihilate everything. Like, you know, if you don't care, if you don't want them to attack one particular thing, but if you just want everything to die, Grens are your choice. Grens are your choice. Here comes the critters on a shock mine. It's a, you know, dish best served cold. And we're going to go ahead and take our first drink. Now, we know that we've got this shock launcher up here to deal with. As soon as this cannon gets taken out, I think I'm going to do a reflare. Might need to help take it out. Let's put an artillery down on that cannon. Now we're going to do a reflare far, far left. A little bit of smoke, because now I want to focus on getting rid of this pesky shock launcher. We've got plenty of GBE. I'm going to go ahead and let Bullit take a drink, get him up front. And you see, we're taking advantage of the speed. 250% speed increase is awesome. He runs like Forrest Gump could only dream about. Does that mean to say? I don't know. You guys probably don't even know what Forrest Gump is. Great movie. Okay, now we're going to go and shock the shock, because, you know, there's just something satisfying about shocking a shock. For all the times you've shocked me, I am going to shock you. And you're going to die. That's how it works. That's how it works. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we gotta save the tank, guys. Put my little shock down there. We're going to go with one more reflare just to get everybody coming in on the corner. I don't think I needed that smoke, but I don't care. I really don't care. We'll go ahead and throw some critters. And, yeah. Here we go. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Grab some popcorn. Have a drink. And otherwise, guys, we know what's coming. We know what's coming. We do it so much. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depends how you look at it, nothing's really attacking Bullit, so we're not going to wait for him to get lower on health. In fact, this base is just going to die. Wow, it's melting. Melting. Okay, guys, look. There is another 3 bases. I just really want to recap a lot of that strategy that I've gone over in previous videos. Try to bottle it up, put it here, take it forward. What I want you guys to do is I want you to try this troop layout. I want you to give it a shot. It's going to take a little bit of a feel for it, but man, it's super fun because this one, it all focuses on Bullit. And keeping him alive, making him the star of the show. But it's not Bullit Taunt, guys. I know people are already hating on Bullit Taunt for how cheap it is for all the smoky attacks. So this one, I believe, requires a type of skill. It's fun. It's a different way to play the game, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, because I want to keep this game exciting and interesting. Now, remember, guys, December is Boom Beach month, so you know what that means. It means you need to try to share this game with a friend, especially when you go back home with your families. Try to introduce this game to different people and spread the word, because Supercell doesn't seem to be advertising it for it right now, so we've got to do our best to advertise it, to keep this game going, to keep it strong, and to keep all these good things happening, because, you know, for those of us that really like the game, we don't want to see it going down, and we're gonna make it stronger than ever. So with your help and your support, it's gonna happen, guys. Anyway, as always, take care, have a great day, and be kind to others.